If yours right, added a solar panel to my ute. I eventually had it so it would charge through the cigarette lighter, and that was keeping the battery topped up, and the solar panel was also keeping the accessories in the ute running all the time during the day, which is kind of cool. I was pretty much keeping the battery fully charged running the radio and charged up a tablet with the inverter, and the power was free because the battery was always kept full. And the accessories, the radio mainly, was on. And that was just keeping up with the solar panel, was keeping the radio going. That was pretty cool. I use it to charge a tablet for work. I've got the solar panel plugged in the back of that inverter, but that inverter is very temperamental with some solar regulator on it. So I've got it sitting up here, sealed it all up. It's been going pretty good so far. It stays on there. I've did some repairs yesterday. My back window shattered. I should have known better. I didn't de-gas my other new struts. I didn't de-gas them enough. There was just a little bit too much force because this was bent and it was slightly deformed and putting pressure on the glass. And when I took this off to do some repairs, I just laid it down carefully and the glass just exploded. So it was like bugger. So I had to improvise here and cut some mesh out so this is secure. I'm going to see the local ARB Flexiglass Challenge rep in town. They do gas strut recharging as well, but they're the agent for these ute canopies. Hopefully it doesn't cost too much to get a new back glass. So I'd like to have a new glass window put in to make this thing weatherproof. I've also scored this Iron Horse fridge. It's got a what's it called? I think it's a compressor, Chinese thing, but it's not a piece of crap compressor. The actual it had relatively good reviews on it. I've got looked up some stuff on Google about it. I was trying to find what it was called. Something about these bloody... Oh, that's it, Domus compressor. I just looked on Google, refresh my memory, a recent Google search. Domus compressor this uses, which is not a terrible compressor at all actually. For a Chinese compressor, it's actually a lot better than some of the more cheaper fridges. This is the better of the Chinese manufacturers. The running gear inside this is on par with the Danfoss German-made compressors, so the reviews are actually pretty good on this thing. But there's a lot worse Chinese fridges out there than this one. This is a 12 and 24 volt. It came with the 12 volt AC adapter too, so I got a pretty damn good deal on this. I put a gas strut on it, which is pretty funny. It did work, but I swapped it with the other one. I actually have this Stabilis lift-a-mat strut on it. It pushes about 10 kilos of force. Well, actually no. I reckon about 5 kilos of force to push that in. So it's not fresh. It does need a recharge, but it's enough for this thing here. But I took it off so my canopy lid would work properly. One thing you've got to keep in mind for you is modern powerful, overly powered or overly forced, overrated gas struts. I really should have known better from lessons in the past, but always get the correct force rating struts for that canopy. I didn't really do my research on the ute canopy force, what force is recommended for those back lids and canopies. I just jumped on eBay and bought the ones that measured up the same. But basically these types of struts, these in particular, you can actually release some nitrogen out of them. And you can set whatever force you want on this. It's really good. Keep in mind you do have to release the gas with this end up so you don't lose all the oil, and in short bursts. There's a little Allen key valve there. You de-gas it a little bit in short bursts at a time until you get the desired force. I didn't do that enough, and these things still have too much force in them. I did a bit of damage there, but these ends are replaceable. Should you release too much gas out of these things when they're too weak, you can easily get it re-gassed. But I'm going to leave these as spares for something else. I may still use them. I'm gonna get a quote to see how much it costs to re-gas the original struts for this here Canopy, because I really want to know what the factory spec force limit is on those Canopies. I know theirs was way too much. They did come with a hell of a lot more charges, gas in them, overcharged from the factory, and they're designed to just be depressurised to your needs. Those struts, so they're designed for that. There's about 3 or 4 kilos of glass on this thing, which is these struts won't push it up when the glass is replaced. Yeah, let's see how much I got a quote to get this glass replaced. I would like to make it weatherproof. This is pretty secure, which is why I put this on there, because I want it secure, but it's a bit of a bugger that glass broke. I really should have been took more care when I de-gassed my struts. Bit lesson learned. Love pushing things to the limit, don't I? I'm going to fix that up. Fix this up. This is a Suspa American-made strut. Original struts from this thing. These Stabilis Lift-A mats are made in Australia. These are pretty nice struts. There should be, there's no rating on this thing. There's no rating on them. Normally they put a sticker on it what rating it is. 130 newtons, I think that is. 2003. That one has from. Yeah, this one here doesn't have a date on it. Suspa made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. 28 pounds of force. Yeah. But I'm pretty happy this has worked out. I put my dual batteries in there. I got my two 28 amp hour SLAs in there. 56 amp hours in total. That's going to that's getting charged in the panel. That's tied down. That's not going anywhere. It's not going to move a hell of a lot. It's just so it stops the bloke from moving. That's all my stuff for work in there. So some sites are going to be away from the workshop. So or anywhere where I'm going to be able to access cool food and drinks. So this is bloody handy. A lot of times when I'm working out of town, convenience is already. I'm pretty happy with this thing actually. It's actually yeah, a pretty decent unit. I know J-Car sell the Brass Monkey branded ones of these. They're made in Toronto too, and they use LG running gear, an LG compressor and everything in them. But I'm pretty happy with this so far. I'm pretty sure this is for what I read on the internet. This is basically an Evercool. It's got the same running gear. Yeah, you got a compressor just started up. As you can see here, it's all stainless steel too. You got your what you don't want to get frozen goes in there, and what you want to freeze goes in there. But I've got the thermostat set on this thing. It goes down to -19. Pretty impressive. I've got it set to about 5 degrees on a thermometer, so that's perfect for my drinks. I've always wanted one of these since I started my electrician apprenticeship. It's going to come in very handy with certain jobs I do, so the opportunity popped up and I jumped on it. You don't get very cheap car fridges around here, especially the Engles and the Wacos. They sell for a hell of a lot of money. Anyway, I've had a bit of a clean up in this shed too. I've got some man cave space back, so I have to start moving around in here again. Anyway, thanks for watching.